Oh, this was a weird one, and yes, I will mention exactly why. By the way, since I was asked to do this, at the end of this video after I shut the fuck up, I will add a full game with rotation rules but edited down. That's because the waiting time is insane in this specific version of the game, but you will see what I mean if you watch this trashy video. Honestly, I have no idea who Archer McQueen is, but I actually already did a video about a game with his name on it, Mercury Meltdown, the remix version. Now it's time for Pool Paradise, or rather Pool Paradise International, which is an enhanced version, but if you are gonna play it, just play the original instead. Not only because the original was endorsed by Jimmy White, while the international version seemingly wasn't, but rather because the international version was made worse for some reason. So if you don't know who Jimmy White is, he is one of the best snooker players in the world that has decades of experience. You might think that he just endorsed the original Pool Paradise to get some cash and yeah, well, that certainly has something to do with it. But I think he endorsed it because ultimately the original game is a fine game, more so than the international version. But still, most of the footage you will see is from the international version. There is no story or anything, you just go to an island and play snooker and billiards against other players that often are based on well-known characters. I mean, it's just supposed to be based on a viral or something? And obviously the top player is based on Bond, James Bond. But could also be Jackie Chan in the Tuxedo movie. Before you can even play, you need to take a loan from a shark. Oh, you silly game, I know what you did there. You will need this cash to play against other players in the campaign or championship, because in here, and just like in Pool Hustler, you will play for money. If you don't have money, then this shark will lend you more cash, but don't do it too often, because the shark will go jaws on your ass. The main goal is to be the leader of the board, and for that you need to beat most players. I say most because as long as you have enough cash, then you can skip a few players. Each player has his or her set of rules, and initially you will only play one game, but later on you will play 3 games against each player. From time to time you can even enter a tournament, and if you win, you will win a trophy. But honestly, if you want cash fast and fuck the trophy, then just ignore this kind of tournament, because you won't get anywhere near as much cash as if you beat, for example, the top players of this game. Outside of having to play either 1 set or 3 sets, you might also play for your life. Meaning if you don't sink a colored or striped ball per turn, you lose a life, and if you reach 0 first, well, you lose. And yes, this is a rule variation in the game called Killer. Other variations are 6 ball, 9 ball and 10 ball, which essentially work all the same. You need to sink all balls in order by number, and the main difference is the amount of balls total on the table. 15 ball means you can sink any ball you want, and the goal is to reach 61 or more points first. Each point you get is based on the number indicated on the ball, but this has rules. If you foul in any way by sinking the cue ball or something else, then you lose points. Very similar is rotation actually, but here, while you don't lose points while committing a foul or something, you necessarily have to pocket the balls in numerical order. 8 ball US is you having either the striped balls or the colored balls and sinking all of them first before you sink the final ball, which is the black one or the 8. 8 ball UK works very similar, but instead of striped and colored balls you have red and yellow balls. 14-1 is the most tedious variation. So you have a set goal you have to achieve, and you only get 1 point per ball that you manage to sink that turn. There's also bowling, which is weird. It works very much like the real bowling, but on a table. You have 10 frames, and per frame you have 10 chances to sink any ball. The total amount per frame will be added together, and after 10 frames the one with the most points wins, like real bowling, I guess. I really didn't like this one that much. Now wait, the rules I've explained here per variation are just the base rules without me going into specifics or smaller things like how fouls work, that you have to announce which ball goes to which pocket or whatever else. But if you like snooker and billiard, then Pool Paradise actually does a fine job as a game and gives you quite a lot of content, even with minigames. An arcade machine with a game that reminded me of Defender, a cannon to hit, well, coconuts, darts and a few others. You even go to the moon to play a game without gravity. All of these minigames you have to buy in the shop, and yes, you have to use the money you get from the campaign or championship mode. If you want to buy a few more things like balls or even gear, then you can. Now if you are good at this, you won't need any gear, but since I suck, I used gear. You have a laser that helps you hit the balls more precise, and even goggles that will tell you where all balls are gonna go once hit by the cue ball. But these goggles have a limited time, as shown here. Once this bar is full, you lose your goggles, but you can buy new ones at any time, as long as you have money. If you don't, well, it sucks to be you. However, the game has a few problems, especially the international version. Now, there are not many differences between the original and international in the way the game itself plays, because it plays well to begin with. The hit detection and movement are quite good after all. They just added a few new things to the enhanced version, and maybe it's just me, but this version also seems a bit harder to beat, but that's quite fine. Still, the original version though is the better version. For one, it has an opening that is missing in the international version for some reason, and that's all you need, right? Seriously though, the main point here is this. I have both versions side by side now, and notice how long it takes for the opponent to even move in the international version, and no, I did not slow the video down. Why did it have to be like that? The original version was snappy and flows well as a whole. The international version seems to load and load and load, and overall it feels slower. Often it takes the opponent up to 45 seconds to hit the ball, and yes, that's an eternity and brings this version way down. And one thing I don't really mind in the long run, but found it to be a shame that it was done this way, is the fact that you play against characters like these. I mean, Pool Hustler had more class in its presentation, and even your opponents could be taken more seriously, but here, none of that works. Pool Paradise, while it wants to be a bit more chill, it's still a bit too goofy with characters like these and its overall presentation. I mean, it's fine if you prefer Pool Paradise because of it, but personally I prefer Pool Hustler as a whole. Also because it did one mode far better that was insanely fun but really challenging for me because I just suck at it. Trick Shot. Oh no, I didn't forget about this mode. In Pool Paradise, Trick Shot is you essentially hitting the balls as if this were a simple free mode where you can do whatever. But if that's the case, why is it called Trick Shot? In Pool Hustler, this was an actual full-fledged trick shot mode, where you needed to use your skills and avoid obstacles to hit and sink a specific ball. This is how you do Trick Shot. The original Pool Paradise still is a good game if you like snooker or billiard. It has enough content, visually it looks fine, sound is absolutely, well, nothing special, but it works for what it is, and the game itself is quite fun. Personally though, I still prefer Pool Hustler because it has more style and it takes itself a bit more seriously and professionally, but if you are gonna play Pool Paradise, which I still recommend, then play the original.